As I said earlier, music is always great subject matter for special radio productions. Mix the right music cuts with a revealing interview with the right artist, bust it up into segments, and voila, you've got a great music special. Case in point, Nancy Johnson and the Mellow Lady Special.
Our all-afternoon music special this afternoon on the Jim Ferguson Sunday Show features Nancy Johnson, a much-talented Louisville musician and writer. You might have heard Nancy earlier this year on the Cuddly Giant when we featured a number of bicentennial early American folk songs she recorded for us. Nancy has an album out now called Mellow Lady. We'll be listening to some of the cuts this afternoon and the stories behind them, but mainly finding out about the real Nancy Johnson. Who are you, Nancy?
Well, I think that you probably come closest to it with your original tunes. You know, I believe my original tunes are probably the real me. I do enjoy traditional music, and I also enjoy some contemporary. But I think with most performers, their real, true love comes out in the type of song that they write.
Okay, when did you get into writing?
Oh, goodness. Somewhere between here and California about 5 years ago, on the road, traveling.
With a band or?
No,
or just...
another girl, a girlfriend of mine, and I traveled. She played an upright bass fiddle, and...
She was upright. She had upright bringings. What,
yes.
Did y'all just decide to go to California?
Well, we traveled around a couple of years. We weren't really playing that much, trying to learn how to play more than anything. But I started writing. Matter of fact, many of the songs on the album were written on that second trip to California.
From her album, Mellow Lady, there's a cut called You've Always Got a Home in Colorado. We asked Nancy about that.
Did you write this one around Colorado?
Yes. In Aspen, my favorite place in Colorado.
I've got to be leaving, I'm getting too close to you. Our thoughts keep running together, like the water from our stream joins the Colorado River. So hard deciding what to do, to choose between the road and staying here with you. But I've always got a home in Colorado. No matter where I am or what changes I go through, if passing time leaves me troubled, wondering where to go, I know I've got a friend in Colorado. Got to be leaving, I'm feeling too at home here. It's so easy to settle into your life, like the snow from our mountain melts into the earth. So hard deciding what to do, feeling urges for leaving and staying here with those who love you. But I've always got a home in Colorado. No matter where I am or what changes I go through, if passing time leaves me troubled, wondering where to go, I know I've got a friend in Colorado. Best head out in the morning when the moon is barely gone, before the sun's rays mark our boundaries by the reflection of the snow on our mountain. And it's hard because I love you. Although I must be moving on, my thoughts will never be gone from you. And I've always got a home in Colorado. No matter where I am or what changes I go through, if passing time leaves me troubled, wondering where to go, I know I've got a friend in Colorado. and you've always got a home in Colorado. No matter where you are or what changes you go through, if passing time leaves you troubled, wondering where to go, you know you've got a friend in Colorado.
This afternoon on the Jim Ferguson Sunday Show, our guest is local Louisville musician and writer Nancy Johnson.
When did you decide that music was going to be your thing?
Well, Jim, I hate to type. I hate it probably worse than anything in the world. And I decided that I enjoyed doing it, number one. The pay was good, better than I was making as a secretary, and for sure. And I don't know. It just seems as though fate has a way of leading you into doing things, and I feel like that I just followed the road, and it ended up to music.
In writing, does it come easy for you to write, or is it difficult?
Some songs I can write in about 3 to 5 minutes.
You're kidding.
Words, music, everything, the
Wow.
whole thing. It's usually while I'm driving down the expressway and don't have a tape recorder. But
Yeah.
a lot of the things that I do, I put a lot of time in. I think the longest a song has taken me was 2 years to write, on and off. I'd pick it up, and look at it and try to write a little bit on it.
Do you ever go back and rewrite it?
Once a song is finished, no. I usually don't, unless something happens to the instant that I would want to add something to. Such as on Ballad of Spooner is one of the songs on the album. And since then I've had contact with him. And on the song it says I'll never see him again, but since then I have, and he's doing crazy things.
But it's a little bit too late to rewrite it.
Yes, it's a
since
little bit
fresh.
too late.
All right, so what is the Ballad of Spooner? What is that about?
It's about a person that I met who was a traveler on his way from New York City to the first moonshot, and stopped.
A professional traveler? Or
A college dropout.
Professional traveler.
Professional traveler at the time, and one of his best friends lives here in Louisville, and he came by to visit, and I met him then, and he was just the perfect figure of an on-the-road vagabond in a way, and not really with music, although he does play music, but he was just a character that had to be written about.
From Mellow Lady, the Ballad of Spooner.
The season is fall, and the year is for wandering. Spooner grows restless, leaves New York for bombing. His pack on his back, and his friends in his pocket. He sticks out his thumb with his mind on Mexico. And he visits old buddies from college and childhood. Stays a few days, then he heads out alone. Makes his way south, coming down through Kentucky. Then's when I met him, Spooner let me come along. Winter fell soft like a blanket of cotton. A black and white world reflecting the snow. It's cold in Kentucky, but warm in December. Spooner lies beaching down in South Mexico. Now he wrote us a letter, email from the city. Talk to the people and the mountains and desert. but the road like a woman lies down before him. So hard to stay, Lord, it's easy to go. Skips along, finds Spooner with him. Together they travel through sand to the shoreline, through grain in the valley to ice in the highlands. Weeks turn to months, still Spooner moves on. Now the last time I heard, he was off to Alaska, planning on coming back through in the springtime. He wrote he would see me, but today ends the summer. I guess I'll never see Spooner again. And the road like a woman lies down before him. I guess I'll never see Spooner again.
Our guest this afternoon on the Jim Ferguson Sunday Show is local Louisville musician and writer Nancy Johnson. We're talking about an album she has out called Mellow Lady.
What's your favorite on the album?
A song called Tokens, probably, is my favorite. I don't know why, other than I think it's really the best written on the album, and it's it just has a certain spot.
What sparked the writing for Tokens?
A young man. Most of them were written about a young man. Different ones, however.
Inspiration comes.
Inspiration comes. You have to find your inspiration where you can. This particular man was a two-song man. You know, that means. Now I'm serious.
That?
Well, you know, sometimes I usually, if I'm involved with a man, usually I'll write a song.
Right.
You know,
right.
about something, whether it's funny or serious or whatever it is. This particular man was a two-song man. I'd written two songs about him. It usually depends on how long we're together.
Sure.
Had a five-song man last year. It was great. But the song is about a decision-making thing, and we had been dating on and off for a while, and I finally said, well, look, you know, we've been seeing each other for quite a while. Let's start, you know, saying things. You know, do you want to continue this, or, you know, I think we should make some decisions. And he left. Go or stay. It's the last time I'll ever say that.
The words have all been spoken like tokens, given and stored away. And here we come down to you and and the simple question never asked that lies between us, go or stay. We've passed the time of just letting things be. It's not a choice of joy or sorrow, of who will win and who will pay. Simply will we talk about tomorrow, or smile, remembering today. And now that I'm familiar with your hand in mine, and the warmth as your smile lights my day, a cloud of uncertainty dims my room, and I find I'm not content to love you day to day. Now it's not a choice of joy or sorrow, of who will win and who will pay. Simply will we talk about tomorrow, or smile, remembering today. The words have all been spoken like tokens, given and stored away, and here we come down to you and me, and the simple question never asked that lies between us, go or stay. We've passed the time of just letting things be. Past the time of just letting things be.
Our guest this afternoon on the Jim Ferguson Sunday Show is Nancy Johnson, local Louisville musician and writer, talking about her album, Mellow Lady.
The one that I find the most interesting is the one that I've tried to copy the words down so I could use it, and that was The Favor.
Oh.
So I could maybe glean a little help from the album when I need a favor.
Well, The Favor was a song that I wrote. I was very naive at the time, and a friend of mine came up to me asking me for money to buy some pretty heavy drugs with, and he was sick. He was in a bad way, and I found myself faced with the question of, all right, here he is, your good friend, you know, are you going to give him money, you know, when it's only hurting him? It was quite a night that night. Opened my eyes to a lot of things, reality-wise.
What did you do?
I gave him the money, and then I helped him later, and he's okay now. You know, but right then he had to have some help, and I didn't want him robbing someone, or, you know, he was in bad shape.
From Mellow Lady, The Favor.
Well, hello, friend, I didn't see you standing here. You say you just came in to have yourself a glass or two of beer. Now I don't see anyone familiar. This place is sure changed. Me, I just came in to find a friend to ask a favor of. You're the only one I can name. You see, I need to borrow a little money from you. Now there's a man waiting down on the corner, gonna see me through. I'll never ask anything before from you, my friend. And you seem to be my last hope. I'm at the end of my rope and trying hard to climb back up again. I wish I had a mirror to show you the look on your face, the shock and the fear in your eyes are just too plain to erase. And you seem to be looking around for some place to hide. Please don't run, I need you to help me in this aching inside. Now don't turn Christian on me, I know what I'm doing's wrong. And if you help me out just this once, you see I'm gonna quit before too long. You don't know how I feel, and buddy, you don't wanna know. Just a couple more dollars now, I'll pay you back tomorrow. Please hurry, I gotta go. He won't wait much longer for me. Please hurry, I gotta, please hurry, I gotta go.
Our all-afternoon music special this afternoon on the Jim Ferguson Sunday Show features Nancy Johnson, local Louisville musician and writer, and her album, Mellow Lady. On her album, there's a song called Concerning Me and You. We asked her about it.
A lot of times you'll have friends, and even though your lives separate and go different paths, then you still have that bond between you, even though you see each other seldom. You still have the bond of the memories that you shared together. And that's really what Concerning Me and You is.
I bought you a birthday card, but the verse was all wrong. It sounded like a nursery rhyme instead of like a song. The words just didn't seem to say the things I wanted to. But then there is no need for words concerning me and you. In the spring we planted, in the summertime we grew, in the fall we harvested new lives for me and you. Winter came and brought the snow. I wondered what you'd do, but you smiled and said to have no fear concerning me and you. There's a tree in my backyard, the branches reach so high. I'm sure that we could climb it, but I don't know if we'll try. The branches lead in separate ways. It might be hard to choose, but different roads don't mean goodbye. 'Cause concerning me and you.
Our guest this afternoon on the Jim Ferguson Sunday Show has been local Louisville musician and writer Nancy Johnson. We're talking about the cost of recording an album.
We're talking about maybe $6,000 and a round figure of $6,000 for Mellow Lady. Number one, that's a ton of bread. That's a bunch of bread.
Yes, it is.
And so in the future, do you have another album that you'd like to do?
When I recorded Mellow Lady, most of the people that I worked with, the pressing companies and Guilfoyle Sound Studio in Bloomington, were able to front me the time until I sold enough albums to pay for it, which worked out fine because I'm almost sold out of the album. I'm hoping to press it again real soon. But as far as doing another album, I would like to, but the next album that I do, I want to, do it really, really well, and that takes a lot of money. And
even more well than Mellow Lady.
Well, even more, if possible. I'd like to include a lot of songs on it. I'd also love to do a traditional album, and of course I have that new single out, Merry-Go-Round, that's doing real well.
Both Mellow Lady and Merry-Go-Round are available at your
At your logo.
Whatever.
Yes.
Nancy Johnson would appreciate it.
Or at the Hearthstone Tavern.
All money will go toward her next album, I'm sure.
Yes. Yes, it will.
From Mellow Lady, Nancy Johnson concludes with Fiddlin' Man.
If you're ever in Kentucky, won't you stop by? Dark-eyed, long-haired fiddling man standing mountain tall. I'm listening in the darkness as your rhythms rise and fall. You remind